Hi guys, welcome back to another episode at My Bangla Official. Today we have an amazing British female Bangladeshi golfer with us today, Rahela Gordon. So I'd just like to welcome Rahela here today. You are amazing. From what I've been able to delve in and get from you, I've actually watched a couple of interviews as well. And from our initial introduction from Nurul, as soon as I started speaking to you, it was like, I loved it. I just loved, the to and fro and how we were connecting. And I thought, yeah, this is it. I need more people like you to come on the show and tell people that anything's possible. And there's so many things that you can do as a British female Bangladeshi golfer. Before we start, I would like to let you guys know that Rahela is actually a single match play champion up and down the country. From what I can remember, Wales, Carlisle, Hampshire, to name but a few. So amazing. So if you'd like to just introduce yourself, tell us a bit about yourself and how you got involved with playing golf.
I've always done sports since in my late teens.
Okay.
My initial love was really martial art.
Yeah.
And when I actually stopped competing in martial art, I needed a competitive sport to do.
Okay.
And my husband suggested golf. And so I've been playing golf for over 15 years now.
That's amazing.
And UK Bangladesh Golf Society had recruited me about 3 years ago when they first started. Mm-hmm. They heard it through a friend. And that's how I got to know UK Bangladesh Golf Society, and probably the first time I've actually met any Bangladeshi golfers.
Yeah.
And within the UK BGS golfing family, mm-hmm. I'm the only female golfer there. And this year I beat all the guys
I know, which is
the
amazing.
UK BGS to win the 2020 team championship.
Yeah, that's an achievement. Not only achievement as yourself, but as a female within that sort of golfing society. I think for everyone else within that club, it would be an achievement too for that club, wouldn't it? I've never played golf myself. My son, however, when he was younger, he used to accompany his uncle. It was just a pastime for him. So we do still have his clubs at home. I use them for other things now, definitely not for golf, but they're there. What is it that you most love about golf? How does it make you feel?
Sometimes I go out there feeling like a little kid with a new toy, because with golf, no matter how long you've been playing, not a single round is the same. Mm-hmm. You got so many different elements to it. You got the mental element, you got the physical, and you got the environmental as well. And you're battling every single one of them each time you take a single shot.
Yeah. So there's something you actually said in one of your interviews. You said each match as each fight. So I picked that out, and I just wanted you to maybe elaborate a little bit on that, because it stood out to me.
Well, when I used to fight, it was literally 2 minutes on the mat. So you have to be quick at thinking, and you're actually fighting a physical opponent. So you can be quite aggressive, and you can take a few blow, also give a few blow. Yeah. With golf, it's more internal blow. So if you didn't shoot a shot that you wanted to play, inside you feel like, you've taken a hit because you haven't really executed the shot that you wanted to execute. Uh-huh. And in terms of competitive edge as well, I just think that each shot, if you can get it exactly right, you actually hit a punch to an opponent, because they're just off the green. I don't know, do you understand what I mean by off the green?
Yeah. No, you're going to have to elaborate a little bit.
When you have you seen a golf course?
I have, yes. So when it's not on the actual course, it's off course.
I can always take you around if you want to go around the course, obviously.
Oh, do you know, if I have to say, if we didn't have all these restrictions now, me and you wouldn't be sitting here. I'd be like, come on, Rahela, let's go to a course. I can ask you whatever I want to ask you. Once we play, I don't know whether you call it a round of golf. Is that a wrong terminology?
No, it is. It
Yeah.
is, yeah.
But I would have loved to do that. And hopefully, inshallah, I'd want to see you in action. I think it would be liberating for me as a British Muslim,
Yeah.
well, Bengali Muslim. I
Yeah.
think it would be really
Yeah.
liberating for me to be there and
Yeah.
play.
Yeah.
How does your family like react towards what you do, like whether it be extended or however? I mean, how do you also juggle life doing what you do? Because I can tell you're family orientated, so how do you juggle everything, especially when you're up and down the country?
It's all in the planning. I used to work as a section head for an immune diagnostic firm.
Okay.
So a lot of that, a lot of that was to do with planning. So you have to, when you're managing so many people and managers, you do have to plan your work. Otherwise, you're not going to get your day through. Similarly, a home life is a planning. So I do plan my golf sort of around my family. So so Monday to Friday, for instance, kids are at school 9 till 3:30. So I would plan, to play between 10 and 12. Because a round of golf can take anything between 3.5 hours to, a whole day, really.
It really is like a leisurely sport, isn't it?
It is. And then if I'm away, if I'm going off to Cardiff, for instance, for a match, I would organise a pick-up for my daughter from school. So one of our friends can pick her up and bring her home. And then my husband will come home and then he'll take care of her in the evening. And then I'll come back sort of 7-8 o'clock at night. And so he's very supportive. The whole family is very supportive. Same with extended family as well. So I mean, when I got interviewed by Sky this year, I mean, everybody was on 777 watching, and I can see all the texts coming in saying, "Oh wow, it's a great interview." So everyone's very supportive. And karate really has come quite not karate. Sorry, karate was my early love. And I think, probably, I mean, I've been doing karate for over 30 years now. I probably didn't get that much support as I did with golf.
Yeah. And golfing is a great way of just keeping fit, really. You did also mention that it's a great way to get old. And that, I don't know, it really I'd be lying if I say it resonated with me fully, but it did, because it seems like it's a way of life. I don't know. It's not full, it doesn't take over your life, but that phrase you said was just, it really hit somewhere, like it's a great way of growing old. So I mean, what was your thought process behind it?
I've got a few ladies who I love to bits. One lady is 88, okay.
Oh, wow.
And another one 86, okay. And they go out playing with me 18 holes of golf. That's 3.5-4 hours around, walking, hitting these little balls with little sticks. And they are healthy as anything. They oh my God. Every time I play with them, I say, when I'm at your age, I want to be able to walk these golf courses just like you do. And they're like 86, 88, and they're so healthy. So the health benefit to it is amazing. I think it's one of the sports that you can do till you die almost.
Yeah. Okay, well, coming back to the fitness side of it, within our society, our Bangladeshi community, fitness really doesn't hold an importance within our households. It's not taboo. It's something that people know, the younger generation, but talking about our parents, their parents, it's not something that's important. Golfing, if I was to say like to my mom now something about golfing, she'd be like, what do you mean? What's that? Why would you want to do that? How are you trying to get the exposure to our society? And it doesn't have to be golf, but it is about staying healthy, staying fit, because our mental health, especially in the in the Bangladeshi community or Asian community, it's really hard. People suffer from a lot of other things too. So, I mean, how does that work hand in hand with people around you? Do they think, oh, let me try it? Are they interested in it?
For me, it was, I don't know, it must have been something in me because my parents didn't encourage sports at all. There was no sports in a family. I don't come from a sporting family at all.
Same here.
You go out to the shop and you come back home, you know. You go to your friend next door neighbors, but you can't go to your friends like an hour's drive. You can't do that. It's not allowed. And it was something I bumped into, I say. Nobody encouraged me. It was something I looked at and I thought I quite like that. And that was, like I said, karate. I just heard, I went to a leisure centre to play or meet up with some friends. And I heard some noises coming up and I went up and had a look and I thought, oh, I quite fancied that. And then when I started, I was quite good at it. So I thought, that's quite nice. Coming back to your question about our community, I've tried over 30 years now. I would say for the last 15 years, I've been trying to sort of get into the fitness side of our aunts and uncles and cousins, to start off with that. And I find it quite difficult to get them participating. Mm-hmm. I don't know. I feel it's a cultural thing, and we just need to, like you and us, need to expose, like the UKBGS, need to expose that actually there are these things that you can do and stay healthy, and sort of push the health benefits side of it, because I think it's still a long way for our community. It's still a long way, but if we can keep on pushing those points through, maybe one or two of them will join in, and beyond us there'll be others coming in. And I think the new generation, it's much better, much better.
I think going forward we will make a breakthrough, because I can see it within our society now. I mean, my son, for instance, he's just started uni and he's doing sports. Now, to some, it might be like, why are you doing that? What can you possibly do with that? You know, but it's something, as a millennial myself, is something that I'm going to allow my son to venture out there and do. He might go through with it and do something amazing, and he might decide that he doesn't like it, but it's my job as a parent to support what he wants to do. And for him to say he wants to go down the sports line, it is actually quite a big thing in an Asian family, because they want you to be this, that and the other, naming but a few, you know, like a doctor or a dentist or you know, audiologist or whatever. All this, you know, it's all these common phrases and things that you hear all the time. So I think the future for women themselves, I mean, individuals like yourself, showing people that there's breakthroughs, is that you can do something different, be good at it, get clapped for it as well, because you're a champion. And to me, you're inspiring. You're so inspiring. But you don't.
Sorry, one of the thing I'd add to that actually is that sport is not just a game. You know, it's not just you go around and hit a ball around. There's a lot of mental tactic going on in your head, a lot of process going in your head. If it's the individual event, you've got the individual thought process of that game going on, whichever sport it is. It doesn't have to be golf. I think sports is very important to anybody's life. And that gives you, if you're working, it gives you escapism. So you're escaping away from work and relaxing. And if sport is your job, then if you think about the planning that you go through, the physical challenges that you have to go through to get your body to the shape and the way you want it to move against each sports. If it's a team sport, for instance, all that communication skill between players, can you imagine that? All that is education. It's not just a game, it's education.
It's true. You don't realize that sometimes, even when you're doing something that you love on a day-to-day basis, from the moment you wake up, you're engaging, you're doing something, you know. So yeah, you know, I totally agree with you. Okay, moving away from golfing, obviously you have your karate club, which is the Kaizen Shotokan Karate Club. We'll link all this in the description box so everyone can go and see what you're doing. You're based in the West Midlands. You carry clubs at in Harborne, Edgbaston, the Mac as well. This is obviously going to be quite, it's probably affected you a lot because of COVID right now. But even with karate, like the fitness aspect of it, health, even mental health and well-being, it's amazing. And then again, you do the golfing, but then this too, and this, the age range from karate is like from five, is it from like 5 upwards to whatever, which is
Yeah.
amazing. So I mean, you are a black belt, so I definitely wouldn't want to say anything wrong to you, and I don't think I'd want to be bumping into you in a park anytime soon, especially the fact that we're not having any lights in the parks now, you know. So I do not want to bump into yourself, but I think that's amazing too. Even with that, you have to have strict rules to adhere to, from the fact that, you know, reading up on it, you know, the rules, something that I think was on your website as well, from going in, bowing, even asking for permission to go to the toilet, from cleanliness. I did not know that. I didn't know that you had to keep nails, and you know, obviously it makes sense because your feet are exposed, but it's all mental, isn't it? And to me, obviously it's a physical aspect because it's your health and well-being, but it's all these other little things that you have to do to prepare yourself to then go and play karate. So, as well as the confidence, self-defense, fitness, health, and well-being, what else, or what prompted you to do karate? Because I know that you did this before the golfing, and I looked at all your achievements, and it stems from, I think, 19, is it 88 to 1999. I think you need to update that, because I'm sure there's a lot more other things you've done from 1999. I'm sure you have. But I first of all, I thought, okay, there's going to be about 3. But I just kept reading and kept reading and kept reading. I'm like, wow, this is amazing, you know? So
Yeah.
how did you come about doing the karate? Because that's amazing. And how are you doing now because of COVID?
Yeah.
I mean, the restrictions and everything.
Yeah. Karate's always been a sport for me. It's not a job. So I do it for the love of it. And I enjoy seeing my student progress through grades. Now, you mentioned about updating website, but 88 to 99, it was my competitive year. So I was very,
Right.
very actively competing. Okay. Teaching was half of it, but mainly competitive.
Okay.
In 1999, I actually took retirement from the England squad. So I totally stopped competing because I was due with my first child.
Oh.
Then I sort of concentrated on teaching.
Mm-hmm.
And I tried doing ladies only classes as well, but that didn't go particularly well. Mixed class seemed to do really, really well.
Okay.
I've tried like getting Asian domestic violence team together as well at one point, where try and see if I can, you know, sort of teach a few things to them, so when they do go home, they can actually stand up on their 2 feet and not just back off anything, kind of thing. Since then, since 1999, I guess, like I said, I did a lot of teaching, but then I found the competitive side of golf in 2008, 2007, 2008. So in that gap, I've had 2 children. So I've had a son and a daughter in between those times. So that's what that gap is. So if you look at my golfing achievement, it will start from then onward. Yeah. Whereas karate now, I would say with karate, it's my students' achievements I've got in my Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
In terms of COVID, it's difficult. It's difficult because you can't do one-to-one your opponents, for instance. You can't hit one another. The other thing is, likes of venues, nobody wants to let venues out anymore because of the restrictions imposed on them.
Yes.
Similarly with school that I teach at, they're still trying to find their feet around the restriction in terms of the bubble group that they're teaching their students.
Yeah.
I got in touch with the headmistress last week saying, can you give me an update when you want me back in again? And she's basically trying to get some guideline from her COVID officer before she can come back in. Other than that, really, all my venues are closed, which makes me play golf more. So I'm on the golf course a lot more. I do the Zoom classes though. I do karate Zoom classes every Fridays.
Okay, that's amazing. What would you say if I join in on one of your Zoom classes on the upcoming Friday?
Yeah, you're more than welcome to have a go and see what you think.
Yeah, I'd love to just see what it's all about. Maybe
I'll
try myself onto at least an orange belt.
Well, just forget about belts. Don't think about belts. Just think about the fitness side of it.
Definitely. Well, I think we're gonna wrap up now. But is there anything else that you'd like to add just to finish off?
Just a little. I would love to see you on a golf course, definitely. And also, I know the boys on the UK BGS are doing really, really well, getting the boys in, shall I say.
Yes.
It would be quite nice to see a few females coming in through. If anybody thinks that they would love to have a go at it or love to go to a golf club and have a look what it's like, then I'm more than happy to take them along. I mean, I play to a very good standard, so I can give
a very good standard. You mean champion standard?
I play for Warwickshire County. Yeah. I play for Warwickshire County, so I'm a county player. I would love, coming back to it again, I would love to see more female coming into sports, and I would love to take them round and see if they like to have a go at it.
Well, I'm up for coming onto a golf course. You just let me know when and where, and I'll be there.
Okay. At the moment, the golf courses are closed due to COVID closure.
Yeah.
So we're hoping to hopefully find something out around. I think 2nd of December, isn't it? He's going to let us know what's going to happen. Yeah. So there's a good chance, the golf courses will be the first to open up.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I look forward to it. And again, thank you so much for taking up your afternoon and talking to us. And hopefully I'm sure we're going to have you on here again. I'm coming to the golf course as soon as it opens. I'm going to join that karate class as well. So I'll be messaging you for that as well. And thank you so much once again, guys. That's Rahela Gordon, amazing. You need to go and support her and follow her as well. Thank you. Bye.
Thanks. Bye.